and observation. I mean, it's probably too soon to analyze what went wrong and stuff like that, and I'm not going to do it in public in front of a camera. We'll probably have to talk about it in private with my teammates. But what's different, and something that's all over the internet and the media, and you can see it. 2023 and 2026, it's totally different ball game. Different environment, different ball game. In 2023, we came out of a lost decade from a military coup and dictatorship in disguise. I mean, they were participating in an election with two parties that disappeared this time, but they were military backed. Yeah. So at that time, the key success factor or the deciding factor was political spine. Political spine. If you are for democracy or you're for dictatorship. So we just use that political positioning that we have, that political spine for democracy, and that separated us from our competitors. You know, that separated us from any other competitors. And it was a consensus or a common ground across all Thailand, regardless of how old they are, regardless of which region they come from, regardless of gender, regardless of zip codes. It just swiped throughout Thailand, and we won right away. However, in 2026, it's much more complicated than 2023. And that sentence applies to Taiwan, and that sentence applies to America, and that sentence applies to the entire world. In 3 years, the world is so different, yeah? From 2023 and 2026, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Australia, whether it's in Japan, you know, things change very fast nowadays. This is the world we live in. And what's different in Thailand specifically is 4 C's. First is conflict. So because of the border conflict between Thailand and Cambodia. Second is about climate crisis, or the flash flood, and or the forest fire and air pollution and things like that in Chiang Mai up north. And third is corruption, because of the scam operation that is impacting people all around the world, including Taiwan as well. Thailand is a hub of transportation that sends victims of modern slavery to neighboring countries and things like that. And lastly is cash. So economy. So we're growing at 1%, 1.4% or something like that. According to the Financial Times, pre-COVID level is like this. Vietnam grew by 40%. Thailand grew by 5%. And we're the second largest in ASEAN, but the slowest in terms of growth. So because of that the issues become very segmented, becomes very fragmented. You know, one region could care about climate, one region could care about conflict. The middle class, urbanites could care about corruption. Majority of the people of Thailand could care about cash because they need to put food on the table tonight, you know. So who has that kind of policies or the kind of thinking policy direction that helps them with each of them. So it becomes quite a different ball game that you require different strategy. You know, it's not the same strategy that if you apply it to 2023 and you want to apply it to the current ecology or the current environment in 2026, it's going to be quite hard. And I think that applies to all the elections too, and not just the Taiwan, all the elections across the world. Just because you succeeded last time, you could not apply the formula of what you had accomplished last time to this one. So you got to be really focused. And what I mentioned to my previous interviewer, I came up with my solo thinking last night is that the grand strategy has to be hyper-local. Hyper-local. Local in the sense that it has to be very grassroots, it has to be very participative. The campaign has to be 365 days for 4 years straight now. It's not just going to be like 3 months before the election and things like that. And yeah, and I think that applies to all the Democrats all around the world also, not just in Thailand. So you got to be very, very on ground and on site, rather than relying too much on air or on net. You know, on net meaning on internet. Yeah. Yeah, so you got to be like really close to the people and really empathize with the people before you mobilize them. Politicians usually mobilize people more than empathizing with people. You have to empathize them first before you mobilize them. So it was me. I think once we process our emotion and process our feelings, then you probably have to do some exit interviews and go down to really rural areas in Thailand and really empathize with them, really understand the situation, really understand what it's like to be in this region and trapped in poverty and things like that, to really understand them once again.